Assalamu alaikum, my brothers. We're gonna make a video predicting the White House card. It's gonna be the perfect White House card. My name is Omar and I'm joined by Luca and Landon.
Yo.
What's up?
And without further ado, let's just get right into it. Alright, we're gonna start off with the early prelims. We have 3 fights on this early preliminary card. Starting off, we have Dan Ige versus Joanderson Brito. Dan Ige, motherfucker! That's the reason. That's the reason why we're going to have this fight. This is going to be a good fight. This is going to be a good scrap. They're both hard hitters. They both have chins as well.
Brito's more of a grappler, right?
Yeah, he's a grappler.
Yeah, is Ige coming off that loss to Pitbull, or has he fought after that?
I think that's his last fight. Pitbull.
Yeah, and you know, Brito's coming off a win against Isaac Thompson, who was debuting, but overall, I think Brito's got this.
Yeah, I'm excited for this if we get something like this. Dan Ige is one of my favorite fighters. Ever since he took a fight on 3 hours notice, that was just badass. And
yeah,
I would love to have him on the White House card. I think he deserves it. I think the UFC owes it to him.
it's a really good prelim too.
I'm hearing that they're doing either 6 or 7 fights total on the entire card, but come on, this is going to be way better than just a 6-7 type fight. Alonzo Menifield versus Dustin Jacobe. Listen, Dustin Jacobe won
Coming
his
off
fight.
that win the other night.
Coming off a second round knockout, and he said he wanted to be on the White House card, so I say give it to him and give him Alonzo Menifield, number 15 in the rankings, and let him fight for a spot in the rankings.
Yeah, Menifield coming off that pretty bad loss where he got absolutely killed against Volkan Ozdemir. After seeing Jacoby's last fight, he got dominated in the grappling in that first round by Julius Walker. So it's going to be interesting to see how he responds against Menifield, but his power is real, and this should be a fun scrap.
Yeah, Jacoby's another guy. I think he's built for the White House. He's on a big 3-fight win streak, 3 pretty decent wins, all by finish, by knockout. He's the perfect guy to give you an entertaining fight, and I think Menifield's a good opponent. Both guys are around that 14, 15 ranking, at the bottom, trying to work their way up. So I think it's a great fight.
Our last fight of the early prelims, we have Dominick Reyes versus Xhang Mingyang. They're both coming off of losses. They're both coming off of bad losses. So, I say have them face off against each other. Dominick Reyes is our American here. He's a heavy knockout artist, and so is Xhang Mingyang. So someone's going to get knocked out in this fight.
Yeah, but, Xhang Mingyang coming off that knockout loss where his calves got absolutely killed by Johnny Walker. But do you think he should really see a step up after losing to Johnny Walker? I could see somebody more like Mirzakhanov taking this fight, or Guskov.
Yeah, fair enough. But, since they're both coming off of losses, why not have them face
I mean, Yang's a
off
great prospect, too. He's got that name value. Everybody loves him in China. They're going to tune in. I like this fight. I know this one is not going to decision either.
Exactly.
Yeah, this would be a really fun one. Dominick Reyes obviously had that nice hot streak, beating Dustin Jacobe. Got that big knockout against Krylov before he ran into Olberg, who seems like he's, in line for a title shot right now. I like giving him a guy like Mingyang, who's in the bottom half of the rankings, but very dangerous, very young. They've both got name value.
Yeah.
Both got knockout power. I agree with Luca. This wouldn't go the distance at all, and I think it'd be really fun.
But this would face the problems of the past matchmaking. I don't think Mingyang deserves this fight.
I don't either, but I also think the White House, you can probably get away with some name value fights, and everyone's gonna be tuned in to watch Dominick Reyes. He's a fan favorite.
Oh, for sure. Get that China market too.
Yeah, you do.
Moving on to the prelims. First fight on the prelims, Bruno Ferreira versus Bo Nickal. They're going to give this one to Bo Nickal. They're going to give him a shot at the rankings after what he did at 322. He's our All-American. He's the UFC's golden boy and also their industry plant. Why not give him Bruno Ferreira? Why not give him a shot at the ranking?
Love this fight. I feel like Bruno's been really active. I feel like I've seen a lot of his fights lately. I feel like he's improving in a lot of his fights. He had a really good win against Vettori. Put some money on that, won that. And I really like him. I think he's got power and a good ground game. And he's definitely going to be a good challenge for Bo Nickal. I really don't know who would win this one.
Yeah, I mean, Bo Nickal, another guy. He's a big American name. He obviously had the loss to RDR, which was a huge step up in competition that he wasn't ready for. But, I mean, you look at his last fight, deadly head kick KO versus...
It was against Rodolfo Vieira, though.
Yeah, even still, that's an insane knockout. He was winning the fight to that point.
Yeah, it was pretty dominant.
Obviously, RDR was too big of a step up, but I think Bruno's probably right. Bruno's really good. I think he probably wins this fight, but I think Bo would give him a tough time, and just another fun fight. I think you get prospect versus a more established, dangerous guy in the rankings.
Yeah, and I could see this year, Bruno going on sort of a run in 2026.
Yeah, me too.
I didn't see
either of these guys
on the channel, but I really think he has a good chance to climb up, at least get into the top 10.
I think the same with Bo Nickal too, honestly. I wasn't a fan of him for a long time. I thought he was kind of underwhelming. You can see the potential, and once he gets more octagon time and experience, I think gonna be really hard to beat. If he wins this fight, you got to give him a ranking, right?
Y'all see Nickal using his wrestling in this fight?
I don't know, because Ferreira is a great grappler as well. So
I think Bo
they might have some good sequences, but I could see this being on the feet a lot too.
I think Bo's gonna have to try and mix it in, just keep Bruno honest, because Bo's a little bit of a goofy, unnatural striker. He's very new to it.
Yeah.
But
I feel like Bruno is too.
Yeah, but Bo's also gotten 2 really nice knockouts in the UFC. Not against great competition, against like Valentine Woodburn.
Oh, Nickal's got real power in my opinion.
Yeah, he's got power. He just needs to learn how to strike. So if he comes out of a fight like this with a knockout, I think you have to really start having some conversations about how dangerous he is, not only in the grappling but also on the feet.
Derrick Lewis versus Shamil. We have our blob fest here.
Fight of the year.
People's main event right here, man.
This is my Ilya versus Islam.
This might be the one fight where one of them wins via heart attack.
Shamil he's lost a fight from cardiac arrest once before.
He has.
You could also see him.
Rosenstreich, right?
Yeah.
You see Derrick Lewis fighting Walter Walker too. I feel like he's in that similar region as Gaziev. He was like, those good heavyweight prospects.
Yeah, I think Walter might need one more fight though, because he's been kind of fighting cans.
Well, these are both guys who have exceptional power, but limited gas tank. If it makes the first round, I feel like that would be kind of a surprise. How they both gave up in their fights. Shamil with Waldo, he got knocked down once, and you could see him. He was wobbling. He didn't throw. He just let Waldo take a straight right hook to the jaw.
Waldo's a demon, though. To be fair.
He is, but they're both coming off,
They're both coming off Waldo losses.
Damage. Oh, yeah.
They both lost to Waldo, but yeah.
I would say, I thought Shamil did a little better than Derrick. If you watch a fight with Shamil, he actually landed some good shots on Waldo early. It's just Waldo really landed that
killer.
And I feel like Derrick Lewis was extremely underwhelming. I feel like he didn't really do anything to Waldo. He only had 8 significant strikes through 2 rounds.
We need a bounce back from Derrick Lewis.
I was just gonna ask, who do y'all think wins this? Because I feel like this is a pretty good matchup for both of them.
Slightly take Shamil, but I think it'd be really close.
I would take Shamil as well, just because of age, and I still believe in the kid.
I wanted to point this out because I was just on SureDog looking through Shamil's recent fights as we were talking about him. The loss to Rosenstreich. Does anyone want to take a guess as to what the method was that they have listed?
Go tell me.
It's a TKO, but what did they say caused the TKO?
Exhaustion or something like that.
It says retirement.
He retired, so he forfeited.
He just gave up.
Yeah, but to be fair, Rosenstreich is good, man.
He's really good. I thought that was funny that he lost a fight by retirement.
All right, next fight: Khalil Rountree versus Bogdan Guskov.
Banger.
Both good strikers. This might be a little challenging for Khalil Rountree because
and this is not going to go to the ground too. This is just going to be a straight war.
Bogdan's powerful. We've seen what he did to Jan.
At the end of the fight, their faces are just going to be all red and cut it up. That's the type of fight this is going to be.
I think this is going to really dictate whether Khalil Rountree, if he has the endurance to go through the 3 rounds with a really powerful striker. And when he's faced off against, the likes of Yuri and Alex, we've kind of seen him get exhausted. It wasn't like a actual KO, it was more like a TKO, with body shots, you know what I mean?
Oh yeah. We've never really seen Guskov go the distance. He hasn't gone the distance his whole MMA career, so it's going to be interesting.
Yeah.
Other than that, Blachowicz fight.
And his only UFC loss is also Ozdemir too, which is that's a good fighter.
Yeah, and your debut as well.
I agree with Omar with Khalil though. We've seen him be dominant throughout his especially recently in the UFC. His 2 recent losses, he has been up 2-1 on Ferreira, looked amazing the first 3 rounds in that title fight, and he was up 2-0 on Yuri, and then the gas tank just wasn't there.
Yeah,
he stopped having his ability to circle and throw leg kicks, which was kind of what made him hard to deal with, is that he's a shorter, stockier guy, throws powerful leg kicks, circles out of range, and then he got tired, couldn't do it anymore. Alex entered flow state, picked him apart.
Within the first 2 rounds?
I don't think he needs it. I think if he's not up 2-0, then he's in trouble. But if he can go up 2-0 and survive round 3, I think that's his method of victory. If he doesn't get a knockout, of course.
Yeah, Guskov is really good, but this is just a really big step in competition.
I would take Khalil, but this would be really fun. I really hope they get something like this done, even if it's not in the White House.
Yeah.
Because, just seeing 2 finishing artists like
this.
Who
do you think won the Guskov-Blachowicz fight? Because I thought Guskov won watching it.
I'm going to be honest, don't remember. I think Jan, maybe, but I'd have to go rewatch it.
Because Guskov, I'm pretty sure he 10-8'd.
Yeah, in the second round.
Oh yeah, that does remind me. I thought Jan won because I didn't think that was a 10-8 in my own opinion. But I can go rewatch it. We know for a fact Guskov didn't win, and I think Khalil's better than Jan as of now. So I'd probably go Khalil, but I'd just be interested to see if Khalil can evolve and get a better gas tank. And I think if he can, that puts him in title contention.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, this still, this is a good way to push a contender like Guskov. Sean Brady versus Joaquin Buckley. Both coming off of losses.
2 Americans going at it.
2 Americans, yep. We have a fight between 2 Americans on the early prelims, the prelims, and the main card. We're going to get an American winning regardless. But they're both coming off of losses. Michael Morales knocked out Sean Brady in the first round. Joaquin lost a decision to Usman. This is a good way for one of them to get a win back and, to be a contender again. Sean Brady, we already know he's really good. He only has 2 losses. His first was to Bilal Muhammad, who became champ. His second was to Michael Morales, who's undefeated. And Joaquin Buckley, he's been going on a tear. You can't really blame him for losing to Usman. Losing by decision isn't a bad way to lose to Usman either. I think this is a winnable fight for Brady, but also I could see Buckley winning as well. I could see him getting a KO or,
I think he only can win by KO because I really just see Brady getting it to the ground and overwhelming him.
Yeah.
I am a little worried with Brady's striking defense, though. Obviously, Morales got him. He was able to get Leon down before it became a problem, but it does concern me a little bit the same way that Joaquin's takedown defense concerns me. So I think if this were to get booked, it'd kind of be a battle of like what breaks first. Is Xhang going to get his head punched in, or is Joaquin going to get taken down?
I think Michael Morales just has that crazy power.
Especially because
what do you think the lines would open at?
Like shorter and not as lengthy.
What do you think the lines would open at?
Maybe like Brady minus 150.
Yeah, I was thinking like something like that, or minus 250
or 185.
Yeah. I think he'd be a favorite, not a huge one. I think you bet on the wrestler after watching Joaquin get held down by Usman.
Next fight, this is the last fight of the prelims. Gilbert Burns versus Colby Covington. We can't reward Colby Covington for being this inactive. At first, I was thinking about giving him McGregor, but I think that's too much of a reward for his level of inactivity. I think we should give him.
McGregor could fight at welterweight?
Yeah, I think he's coming back at welterweight. He's gained a lot of muscle after after he's broken his leg, and he's using PEDs. He's sauced up. I think Gilbert Burns is a good matchup for Colby Covington. They're both coming off of losses. They're both kind of like the old veterans of the division.
Yeah, they both got knocked out.
I think this is a good way for one of them to just, maybe leave on a win, because they're both pretty close to retiring. I think this could be like a good retirement fight for either of them.
Yeah, I think this would have been amazing in like 2021. It's disappointing that we didn't get this matchup back when they were both in their prime, because Colby was so inactive and kept getting rewarded with Usman fights instead of fighting other contenders. But I mean, even now, I think it's going to be really fun. Colby's another guy that just feels like he's destined to be on the White House card.
Yeah.
Gilbert Burns, the big name value guy that I think.
Yeah, I don't like this matchup for Colby either.
I think Gilbert Burns would win because I think Colby Covington's. He hasn't won in 4 years. His last one was Masvidal in early 2022, and we all know Masvidal.
You think Masvidal could be on this card?
He could, but I think he's like kind of fat. He's been enjoying retirement. I don't know if he wants to come out and cut to 170.
A lot of unks on this card?
Maybe. I don't know. I don't know about like unks. I don't think this needs to become like a nostalgia fest. But I mean, if you get like a Masvidal versus whoever, nothing that's going to really affect the rankings too much, but it's going to be a fun fight for everyone involved. I wouldn't be opposed to that.
Yeah.
On to the main card. Our first fight of the main card, Dan Hooker versus Michael Chandler. Both coming off of losses.
Rematch.
This is our second fight, yeah. We've seen Dan Hooker's evolution. He's gotten better. And we've kind of seen Michael Chandler downgrade too. So, they're kind of meeting in the middle here. We're going to see who's better after all these years.
I feel like this fight's a little more questionable than the last couple. Just because it's a rematch. I don't know. For me, it's like I want to see a fresh matchup for the both of them. I know it's been so long, but Michael Chandler's such a big name, and he can fight, way down. He can fight way up. I just feel like there's a lot more you can do with him. And Hooker is, I don't know, he just came off of back-to-back fights where he got beaten up a lot. And I don't know if he makes a turnaround. Before the second to last fight, he was inactive for like a year.
Yeah, Dan Hooker's usually pretty active. He had the hand injury that I think kind of ruined that. Yeah, it being a rematch It doesn't bother me as much. I know Michael Chandler is kind of the king of just rematching people, but he also just got the Paddy Pimblett fight. He kind of did the UFC a favor by doing that when Paddy Pimblett was a nightmare matchup for him. I think him versus Dan Hooker would be a lot of fun. A scrap similar to the first one, similar to every Michael Chandler fight. You know it's going to be entertaining no matter what. And Dan Hooker's a guy who likes to throw down. He's a guy who's very entertaining in his own right, and I think this would be a great matchup to have on there to open the main card, get everyone excited for what's to come.
Potential fight of the night.
This could be also Moicano or Emmanuel Torres.
I want Chandler to fight a real, stand and bang guy, though. I don't want him to get taken down. He's too entertaining to have on the White House and have somebody wrestle him, I think.
Conor McGregor versus Nate Diaz 3. We need this. These guys have fought twice before. It's been kind of a stalemate. We need to see this third fight. They're both not in the UFC currently. Whatever happens, there's no consequences to the division. Conor can't just leave and hog a spot in the rankings. It's just a fun fight overall, you know?
Yeah, I agree with Omar. It's the same point that I was talking about with Masvidal. You get a matchup, it doesn't affect the rankings. Nobody's, having to, take a fight where they could be fighting a top 5 guy and they're being, getting the McGregor instead, right? Where they can't, advance their career. It's the trilogy. You got 2 banger first fights. I mean, Conor Nate 2 was one of the best fights I've ever seen. So I think this is the perfect way to reintroduce Conor. If they can both pass the drug test, I'd love this. Conor, if he gets a win, then you can look at a more competitive matchup with a modern guy. If Nate wins, who cares? Probably never see Conor again, but you'll get a great last fight out of both of them.
I feel like this has been hinted at as well.
Yeah, I mean, again, if they can both pass the drug test, it'd be awesome.
Sean O'Malley versus Corey Sandhagen. I don't think we should give Sean O'Malley the title shot after his first fight since fighting Merab.
The easy matchup to make, honestly.
It was a winnable matchup for Sean O'Malley. I think you should give him Corey Sandhagen.
This is like the battle of the performative males.
Exactly. It'd be a good test. They're both American, so we're going to get an American winning regardless.
Show up with his flannel and his matcha, wired headphones, and Sean's going to go out there with a joint. I mean, what else do you want for a White House card?
Exactly.
This is a fight I've been looking forward to for years that I wanted him to make. I mean, these are probably unless I'm forgetting someone, y'all can remind me, these are probably the best 2 strikers, or at least the most entertaining ones at bantamweight.
Probably 2 of the best Americans in the UFC as well.
Yeah, they're also huge. I mean, they're both 5'11", which is massive for a bantamweight. I think Corey actually would win this fight. His grappling, he can get Sean down probably. I think his striking, while he doesn't have the same power or precision, I think he's just a lot more awkward than Sean, and that can probably give him problems. Yeah, this is one that I've wanted for a while, and I think it'd be really good. I think the winner of this, you could argue, could either get a title shot or is one fight away. Corey probably 1 fight away, but yeah, this would be really fun. And
what do you think the odds would open at? I feel like this
would be the favorite, I think.
Not by much though.
Yeah, my thought was maybe minus 175, minus 200, something like that maybe.
Yeah, I think if Sean wins, he gets a lot of credibility. I highly doubt they're actually going to make this fight. This is the least likely fight that they'd probably make. Yeah, because they're probably going to protect Sean O'Malley. He's their, golden boy. He has a little bit of Dana White privilege. I think they might give him an instant title shot.
Well, my thought was, I do agree that they want to protect him, but where do you even go if you're trying to protect him? Because he clearly is not going to beat Merab. The only thing I can think of is you give him the title shot against Jan, which I don't think they're going to do.
That would be such a robbery.
I think that they know that they can't do that after they gave him the instant one.
Sean's in a weird position.
They could give him Umar.
They're definitely not going to give him Umar, I think.
He's not going to beat Umar.
Because he's going to lose to Umar. So, I mean, if he's not fighting Umar, he can't fight Merab. He can't fight Jan because Merab and Jan are going to fight. My only other idea was Caden
easier matchup like they've been doing to Umar, just so they can give him an excuse for a title shot, If they give him the third fight with Chito Vera, and he can pull off some bullshit and get a title shot off that. I feel like the UFC would like that.
I feel like Song Yadong was the dangerous fighter they were going to give him, so they probably won't give him Sandhagen or Umar.
They're probably giving someone easier, right? Like what they've been doing with Umar. I think you could
get Marcus McGee, maybe.
This could be Marcus McGee or David Martinez.
Something winnable that they can justify giving him a title shot off because he's on a win streak. It'd be a BS title shot, but
Did you see this being Talbot, maybe? That could be a fun matchup.
Talbot, right?
I think Talbot, but
Talbot is 11th.
He just beats Cejudo. Okay. But I also think they want to protect Talbot too. So Sean's in a really weird position where I I think he has to fight a Corey Sandhagen to like really earn it.
He's a hobby.
Somebody that he can be and you can justify giving him a title shot off of. That's what I think they'd probably do with Sean. But Corey would be the most fun matchup in my opinion.
Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. I think the stars kind of fell into place for this fight to happen at the White House. Still, she's the only American champ. Now, this would be a good co-main for the White House. She's facing off against the female GOAT, the WUFC GOAT, Amanda Nunes, the Lioness. Be a good fight. It might end early. She might submit Amanda Nunes. She's been submitted before. But yeah, I think that's a solid co-main.
As you said, it did kind of just fall in their lap, and this is really an obvious choice.
Hopefully Kayla is healthy. Prayer. She just had a neck surgery. If she's healthy enough to go for the White House, I think you have to put her there. But yeah, this is probably the biggest fight in women's history that I can think of besides Nunes Rousey. You got the best women's fighter ever, Nunes, the current best in Kayla Harrison. I think Kayla would win. I think she's the most pound for pound unstoppable women's fighter we've ever seen. Biggest women's fight that I would have ever watched. I think, where better else to put it but the White House.
Last fight and the headline, Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. We have our American. We have Justin Gaethje. Yeah, the champ, Ilia Topuria. Coming off of his divorce from his wife.
Trying to be like, it was never about the money, Justin.
This is gonna be the strongest Ilia. This is gonna be the most powerful Ilia we see. This is gonna be a legendary fight. This is a great striking matchup. It's gonna end early. There's no way it's gonna be a decision. Either Justin gets sparked out cold or somehow he TKOs Ilia. And then everyone wakes up. Yeah, like this is gonna be a good fight. This is
gonna be the best one round fight of all time.
Oh my god, yeah. There's really two versions of Gaethje you can get. You had the one that fought Max and Fiziev, where he's a lot more conservative. He was trying to pick his shots. And then you got vintage Gaethje.
I really feel like he's just gonna go all out.
No, I do too. That's like vintage Gaethje. We saw that against Patty. And if you get that Gaethje against Topuria, all the stars align. He fights his best. He might survive 3 minutes. But yeah, Topuria's gonna win, I think. But it's gonna be a super entertaining fight, however long we get it.
How do you think the press conference between these two guys will go?
I don't think it'll be that toxic. Ilia's usually nice, except for when he has to. Yeah, except for Patty, and he's largely respectful. He had a brief thing with Volk because of the old man stuff,
yeah.
But he's a fairly respectful guy.
I saw a clip where he was dapping up Volk and being like, "I fuck with you, gang," or something like that.
Oh, they're chill now. I think they had a little moment because Volk was playing around and Ilia didn't get it. But
his worst KO of someone was when he actually liked them against Charles.
Yeah, this is gonna open up minus 500.
I didn't realize it was this bad. He was a minus 500 against Charles at closing.
Yeah, it was 550 or something.
Yeah, he could be a minus 800 against Justin.
Man, and I could see first round knockout even being favored as well. But
I think Justin, if he gets knocked out here, he should retire because I think he said in the past that he wants to fight.
This is his last go.
Yeah, he said he wants to fight for belts, and no bigger stage he could possibly be on if you don't win this.
It's really sad seeing Justin fight for the last time. He's one of my favorites.
Yeah, you can't go anywhere from here. If he doesn't win this fight, he's never gonna get back that chance again. He's 37. He's not exactly, the kind of guy who's, always one win away from a title shot, in the UFC's eyes. So I think he's going to go all out. He's going to die on his sword.
He's going to stay on the feet the whole time, you imagine, right?
Yeah. I think Justin's just going to go down swinging, give it his all, probably get knocked out, but, give it.
Do you think it's going to be advancing most of the time?
Topuria likes to control the center and then slowly walk people down to get in the boxing range, cut off the fence. That's how he knocked out Max, how he knocked out Volk. And Justin's got good, movement, but, we haven't seen anyone be able to escape Ilia when he cuts you off. Same thing with Jai Herbert, and he killed him when he cut him off. So...
You think Gaethje will do better than Ilia's last 3 opponents or worse?
I don't think he'll do better than Max. I think Max is
That's the poster for a good Ilia performance.
That's not a bad matchup for Ilia, but it's one where that's the worst kind of fighter. Charles did a good job staying at range until he didn't. He got a little careless. I think he can survive longer than Charles if he's smart.
I think he does too.
I think he can survive longer because Charles was just stupid and he advanced too far. All in all, I think Ilia's just gonna win. He's gonna cut him off from the cage, similar to how he walked down Volk and Jai Herbert and Max. And whether it's first round, second round, third round, whatever, I think he's going to get it done.
Yeah,
I agree.
I agree too. This is the full card. I think it's a solid card.
It's like a 10 out of 10 card, in my opinion. I don't think you can really ask more than that.
That's what we think the White House card should look like. Let us know what you guys think. Let us know if you'd make any additions or if you'd switch out any of the fights. But yeah, see you guys later.